Welcome to the second installment of Details and Secrets You May Have Missed in Rainworld Downpour. I know it's been a hot minute since the first one, but here I am and I've got some banging secrets. Firstly, some clarifications and corrections on the first video's Details and Secrets. You should watch that video for context, by the way, like and subscribe as well. Firstly, the white and lilac overseers found in Outer Expanse cannot actually be tied to Chasing Wind or Unparalleled Innocence. I jumped the gun on this one, as I didn't account for Chasing Wind's Pearl dialogue being lilac in colour. So basically disregard what I said about overseers correlating to a specific iterator. I need to make a formal apology to Gooey Duck fans and the lead developer of More Slugcats, as I said they weren't very effective, but I was using them wrong. You are meant to crouch through wormgrass to get the full effects of the Gooey Duck repellent. Another thing that people were confused about is the nature of Gorman's campaign. Gorman doesn't actually craft items, it just doesn't exchange with items in its comically large stomach. With that out of the way, you're probably wondering how Gorman obtained fire eggs only found in the void dimension, as well as singularity bombs or live creatures in its stomach. Well, a major aspect of Gorman's campaign is it's actually an unreliable retelling of Gormans Story. The art shown in the dreams and the cave paintings in the ending are what's left of Gorman's venture into Five Pebbles' territory. They show Gorman doing some epic stuff, so the Slugcat tribe views Gorman as a legendary Slugcat, possibly exaggerating the story past the point of scientific accuracy. Which is why Gorman can do all this crazy stuff in its campaign, since the campaign we play is the dramatic retelling. I think I explained that poorly, but I hope it makes sense. Now on to the new details and secrets. Thank you to everyone who commented secrets on the last one, and hopefully there's some more out there waiting to be discovered. If you found a juicy detail or secret, make sure to comment it down below so I can cover it in the next installment, whenever that will be. In Waterfront Facility, you can find a Daddy Longlegs as Spearmaster in the room C10. This is a reference to the brother Longlegs found in Hunter's campaign, but for some reason it's golden. Maybe the developers didn't set the rock color right, who knows. I guess it's like a shiny variant of the rock. You can encounter this rot as Artificer too, but you have to lineage it from nothing on a 1% chance twice, which makes it similar chances to actual shiny hunting. So if you're really bored, you can just try and lineage this rot as Artificer. A cool detail is that when Saint reaches max karma, it has the ability to disintegrate batflies. When holding one, just hold grab and Saint just deletes it. Pretty evil and fucked up if you ask me. In past garbage waste, you can find a brain tree, which is a reference to the Rainworld alphas that contain the said brain tree, but it was ultimately cut. I wish the bread bubble thingies also made a return from the alpha. Maybe in the upcoming Upsuck DLC or something. Did you know a funny little fellow can be encountered in garbage waste during a cycle failure? For some reason, this scavenger with a set ID spawns in the pre-cycle reigns of garbage waste. Why does it do this? Who knows? It's not even a cool scav. In Underhang there is some graffiti that signals there is a shelter below it. But did you know in Spearmaster's campaign, this graffiti is nowhere to be seen? It is present between Artificer and even Saint's campaign, although the Saint one has been moved. This could imply that Spearmaster is the one to draw it, as we know it can draw based on its hibernation screen. Drawing the shelter graffiti would make no sense, but I think it's just a cute little Easter egg rather than massive lore point or anything. This is kind of an obvious one, but did you know that you go through an elevator shaft in the Metropolis subregion House of Braids? This elevator uses gate tiles and is meant to fit ancients in, assumingly, so this kind of confirms that ancients are slightly smaller than gates. The second part to this is that there is a lift in Bitter Airy, which some people don't know is actually Moon City. This elevator is much smaller, but could probably still fit an ancient in, albeit uncomfortably. These elevator designs are very juxtaposing, as in the lore Moon City was much older and shoddily built compared to Pebbles' much newer city with living blocks installed. So the elevators kind of symbolise the cities they were built in, which makes for some interesting visual storytelling. Another fun detail about Bitter Airy is that the Safari unlock for submerged superstructure is found in a room called Bitter Miros Nest. That name obviously implies this is a nest that a Miros vulture built to inhabit, but since room names are not really in-game lore, it's not 100% confirmed. It does make for a neat little detail, and it definitely looks like a nest. Did you know that in Waterfront Facility the room E02 actually has some inaccessible areas? This is because it used the shoreline equivalent as a base, where the screens were accessible, but in Waterfront they've been walled off and a new entrance has been placed. Using dev tools you can just clip to the other side, and it's the same as shoreline, I guess. It's not actually that interesting, but it's the closest we'll get to a boundary break in Rainworld. I guess another small shoreline detail is that the room C06 actually had to have a replacement room for Sane. Basically, the only change is that a wall has been removed. This is because lore-wise, jetfish can't survive cold climates like shoreline, so there is no jetfish spawns in the region as Sane. Without them, the C06 section would be impossible, so a wall had to be removed. It's kind of funny because it makes for the smallest room change between any of the timelines. This scary graffiti on the garbage waste bridge actually references a famous painting called The Scream. Small little Easter egg there. Did you know that if you ascend a survivor without max karma, you get a bad ending? Which is like the normal ending but much more sinister. This was actually a glitch in the 1.0 version of the game, but the more Slugcats developers purposefully put it back in the game. Did you know that strawberry lizards accumulate snow on their backs when they spend time in the snowfall? Said snow will actually get shook off if they do any maneuvers, like using their tongue. I wish this snow accumulation happened to all creatures, but strawberry lizards, and maybe caramel lizards, are the only ones that stay out in the snow. Now for the main secret. I don't think anyone's actually talked about this yet, so I'll be the first. This is an exclusive reveal. It has to do with the Pebbles music pearl, particularly the distorted Saint version. I will play a clip and see if you can find the secret. Did you miss it? I'll play it again. Well, only iterators would have found the secret, since it's hidden in very small frequencies in the audio file. Running Halcyon Memories Reprise through a spectrogram reveals a secret pattern at the end of the song. This pattern is called a mandala, which is Sanskrit for circle. They are commonly used in Buddhism, which is one of the main inspirations for Rainworld's spiritual themes. Now this mandala could mean something, or it could just be an Easter egg. Leave your theories in the comments, I'm gonna go over mine now. There is a type of mandala called the sand mandala, which is used in Tibetan Buddhism. They are painstakingly made out of sand, as a colourful representation of the path to enlightenment. But here's the kicker. After they are completed, the creator will ritualistically destroy them, kind of like Unity did with its reputation. The reason why these mandalas are destroyed is to symbolize impermanence within the world, and the belief that you should not get attached to anything, which aligns with the religious aspect of the ancients, as ego and attachments to the world were perceived as burdens to those who are trying to ascend. This impermanence ties into 5 Pebbles, and the iterators as a whole. They were once state-of-the-art machines, but now they're about to be withered away, which is one of the main overarching themes of the Saint campaign. So it makes sense that the mandala, a symbol of impermanence, is found in a faded pearl in a completely collapsed superstructure. But that's just my theory. Mandalas don't have to mean impermanence. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Sorry about the late modding monthly video. I kinda got burnt out working on it, so I decided to make this video instead, since I want to move back into non-modding Rainworld content. It will be out by the end of the month, hopefully, unless I die or something. Anyway, bye!